All right, so before we get into the actual video with testing gameplay again, this morning we did get the next free-to-play gear teaser for the 1.5 Annie, so the live stream that's coming up in 2 days-ish change, a day and some change. So this is going to be the free-to-play gear. It looks very reminiscent of the old free-to-play Benimaru gear that we got as like the first meta. So if we go look at him real fast, he is down here. So it does remind me of this samurai gear. So it's very clearly going to be Japanese themed. We got an Oni mask right here. So they're gonna go definitely not well, I mean, it could be fantasy still, but also looks to be a female garb based on that low V cut on the chest. So, female free to play unit. I don't know, like, we don't know who it's going to be. We know that Valentine's VA is going to be here. We know that Shion's VA will be here. I don't think Gabru is going to be put in that, but, weirder things have happened. So, I mean, we might get a free-to-play Shion or Valentine. It's been a while since we received a free-to-play Shion unit, and we have never got a free-to-play Valentine unit, at least for, like, a meta. So, interesting thing. We will find out the 4 a.m. on the 27th. I will be streaming in my Discord for that, and I expect good things out of this live stream. I expect quite a bit to be covered, so hopefully they do not ruin my expectations. But that's it for this little piece of information. Now let's move on to the actual testing of the gameplay to make sure the laptop works fine now. Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another test of the laptop. This time, we have changed it up, so I'm back at my normal recording station, but I've set up the laptop. It is running through my normal microphone I normally use for videos. However, I have now applied a sound dampening program to hopefully cut out a lot of that background humming noise that was very present in the very first test. So today we are testing audio once again to make sure that the background noise is actually gone. And two, we are testing the video, the gameplay, because I have spent many hours on the internet looking over forums and such things, scary places, I know, trying to search for a reason why everything was so very choppy on the first video. And I believe, after fiddling around and fucking with enough settings, I believe I have got it to a decent spot to where the video, even when I'm looking at OBS right now, it looks pretty clean. And there doesn't seem to be any frame rate stuttering or lag issues. The gameplay looks to be pretty on point, as between what I'm watching on my phone versus what I'm seeing in OBS. So hopefully that is translating well over to you guys, because honestly, like, I'm gonna watch this video and I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna be like, well, I mean, it looks fine, but I've been looking at these forever, so I need other people's input in order to really get a grasp of, is this actually working, or am I wasting my time? So I'm just going to talk so you can hear some audio and make sure like my voice doesn't peak too much, or anything else, that there's some really consistent background humming. If you hear some very loud thumps every like now and then, it's not me, it's my neighbors upstairs, because the walls and floors are thin and they weigh 10,000 tons. So apparently they've never lived in an apartment before and do not know to be considerate of their downstairs neighbors. But I'm too much of a bitch to go up there and actually say something, so, because I just have the feeling that they're just going to retaliate and just stomp even louder. And then nobody wins. Because then I make a noise complaint, and then they get mad, and then they get mad at me, and then I get mad, and then everybody's mad, and everyone starts yelling at each other because this is America, and then God knows what happens after that. So I'm really trying to avoid that scenario, because I don't want to get shot. So we're just gonna be very passive aggressive about it by every time they're very loudly screaming from my chair right here. God, I wish they'd shut the fuck up. But that's just me. You handle things how you want to handle things, but this is how I'm gonna handle things. Is it the best way to do it? Not really. Oh? Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that? Could you hear the footsteps? Because I could hear the footsteps. If you could not hear the footsteps right then, that means this program is working. Yeah, if you can't hear that, then we're already doing an A+ kind of thing right now. Because that shit's loud. That shit is loud and obnoxious, and I want to cut their feet off. But yeah, so far, I mean, this is a pretty graphics intensive stage with all the fire going on, and on OBS's side, it looks pretty good to me. But what do you guys think? I don't have the big dick energy aura, because obviously this account doesn't play Valor Cup at all, so I don't have that extra graphic intensive thing going on. But the flames going on around in the background are still pretty lag inducing for some people's phones, especially if they're potatoes. So I don't know. I need your feedback in order to determine if I have finally hit that sweet spot in my settings between audio and video. So I think this will be the last fight, because honestly we don't need too much of this. And yeah, thanks for listening to me rant a little bit. Always good to, get things off your chest. It's never a good thing to keep them all bottled up, because then they just explode in terrible places at terrible times, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So, yeah, I would call this a pretty big success, at least right stat now, before I actually get in there and start recording, or actually editing. But, transitioning between menus seems to be pretty quick. Nothing is really stopping us, except if I can click on something. Yeah. Oh, welcome backpack. What's this? 1,200 crystals in a 5-star and 300 crystals in a 5-star? Oh, man. Yeah, I totally want to spend double the money on slime. Totes, that's what I want to do. Alright, well, that's it for me, guys. Again, please give me the feedback in the comments. Let me know if I've reached that sweet spot or not. Or if you have noticed anything bad, let me know, because it's just going to make things easier for me when I go travel. So that's it for me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.